What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Hey, yo, it's NateDoggSac916 coming at you live from Sacramento. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell over there. And hit all if you want to catch my content, man. Go down in the comments, man. Leave a comment, and if you want to get at me, you can go to Instagram at Nate.Dog916 and hit me on the DM, and I'll definitely respond. If not, you can hit me on my email at asking a question, NateDog916, and I'll tap in. Believe me. If I don't get back at you, please believe I'm not ignoring you. I'll be back at you as soon as possible. Salute. Stay loyal. Welcome to the kennel. If you don't know what it is, this is the kennel. I believe that the whole world is the kennel, and we just a bunch of dogs trapped in it together, no matter your race, your gender, no matter what, we all trapped in this whole kennel together. So welcome to the kennel. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. Please go watch some of the old videos and tap in. So today we're gonna start a new series about talking about the history of my life and how I became the person I am today. Right? They call me Nate Dog, Nate Dog 916. Right? Actually, my name is Nathan. Right? Straight up. So as I got older in the gang life, in that, the homies started calling me Nate Dog. It wasn't no specific situation, but it was like my mentality was always dogging everything I was doing, whether it was dogging these dollars to get money, dogging females, unfortunately at my time, you know what I mean? Whatever it was, dogging ops, dogging whatever, it was just I was just like bite down on everything I was doing, right? Hustle hard, like I said. But that's neither here nor there. That's basically how the dog came into it, right? Whatever. So when I was young, it was just Young Nate, right? Homies call me Young Nate. So let's talk about my first dope sack. The first time I was given or I acquired some dope to start selling dope. So I'm riding around, chilling, not riding around, walking around in the hood, chilling, watching the older homies on the way to school. Give you a couple of dollars here, a couple of dollars there, and you know, tell you be good, go to school, right? And I'm on the way to school, and the whole time I'm at school, I'm like spending the money, like man. Even at that age, I'm 12 years old, 12 and a half, almost 13 years old, right? I'm like, man, I wanna stop having to get money from these other people and get money myself, right? So I'm on the block. Well, let's be clear. I'm not hanging out on the block at this time, right, with the homies or nothing like that. But the house I lived in, there was a spot right across the street, a corner basically, where a lot of homies hung out and so dope, right? And I'm not gonna say no names because that's not what I do. But I uh I used to always go over there after school. My mom's be in the house, not paying attention what I'm doing. I'm over there. I'm just sitting around, hanging out. You know what I mean? Sipping on a 40 ounce here and there, grabbing somebody. Look at this little young nigga. Yeah, that was me. I was the little young bad nigga that would come through, and they'd be like, "Hey, run to the store and get us." And back then, a young kid can go to the store and get beer. Hey, run to the store and get us some money. Keep the change. Get a couple dollars. You know what I mean? I was that kid, right? As you see in the movies, that would be running to the store to get the beers for the OGs playing dominoes, or the OGs out here selling, older dudes. I'm gonna say older dudes because it wasn't really OGs. They was like just older than me. Like I'm thinking like from the ages of 16, 25 type ages out there. And then the back house over there, it'd be some people, OGs, like sitting in the back playing dominoes, lifting weights, whatever, doing all that stuff. They was doing all that stuff you see in the movies. They was doing it, right? So one day I get at one of the homies that used to come over there all the time and drop off work to these cats, right? And he had a cool little car. And one day he see me always out there. He's like, "Hey, y'all to come ride to the store with me, man." Like, all right, jump in, right? Everybody knew who my uncles was and stuff like that, and my other uncles. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So I hop in the car with bruh, riding. He's like, "What's up? You want something, boy?" Are we in the store? I'm like, yeah, yeah. I grab a drink or whatever. I don't even know what it was I grabbed at the time. Probably some candy. Grab my candy, whatever it is, throw it up on the counter. And he paid for it, right? He pull out not, right? And when I say not, I mean big wad of a whole lot of money. Now you gotta remember, I'm 12, almost 13 years old. I'm like, to me, that looked like $1 million, right? I'm like, yeah, cool. So, uh, He paid for it. I'm looking at it. We walking out the store. We get back in the car and I'm quiet, right? He say, what's wrong with you, boy? I'm like, hey man, how can I get money like that? He like, oh man, you too young. You too young. No, I'm not. I'm not too young. He like, what you mean you're not too young? I was like, man, I'm out there every day. I see what these dudes doing, man. I want to get it too. He like, you really want to get it? I'm like, yeah, I want to get it. I think he took me, he's like, all right, bet. When time you get out of school tomorrow, right? I'm like, I think it was like 2:45 or 2:15, whatever the time was. I'm not too positive. It was 85, 86. You know what I mean? So he like, all right, bet. He pull up. He pull up to the school, pick me up from school, right? He like, come on, get in. I hop in, and I'm cool because I'm in junior high, and this dude picking me up from school. They like, okay, and everybody knew who he was. I ain't gonna say his name, but anybody from my neighborhood know who he is, right? So I hop in the car. He come up slumping, beat bumping. I hop in. He drive me around the corner to people who know my neighborhood. They drive me to Nightlinger, right? Pull up to a house. I'm like looking at the house, like no, matter of fact, I was 14. I was 14 because he picked me up from the high school. I was 14 when I started selling dope. I was 12 and a half when I caught my first case. I was 14 when I started selling dope because he picked me up from the high school because it was right down the street where he took me to Nightlinger. I remember that. My bad for the mix up in numbers, right? So, and I had just got out. Actually, yeah, I had just got out from the shooting case that if you watch my channel, you know about the 12-and-a-half-year-old shooting case. So, yeah, I'm just getting out from that, so I'm 14. I had just got out of a group home. Um, and and I got stories for that later about the group home where we did a little stuff there too. Um, so so he take me to Nightlinger. He pull up to a house. He pull up. We hop out. He like, come on. I'm like, what's up? We walk in, and it's like just basically like a couch, a bare kitchen table, and nothing much more to talk about, right? So we he like, look. So he come in the kitchen. He like, all right, come in the kitchen. He like, okay. He grab a pot, pull it out, put the water in, show me how to cook it up, right? I'm not gonna talk about how to cook it up. But show me how to cook it up, right? Bring the plate over, bust it down, right? He busts it down all the way into a 500 count of dubs, right? 500 count of dubs. Slide me the whole plate, right? He like, look, that's 500 count. When I come back, have $500 for me, right? I'm like, who I'm supposed to sell it to? He like, just post up here. Motherfuckers gonna be coming. People gonna be coming. So just post up here. People gonna be coming. You can sit on the porch, inside. People gonna be coming. Just you be here. I'm like, all right. Then he went in the back, and I didn't know there was nobody in the back. There was a younger dude, like a 17, 18-year-old in the back. He get dude, tell dude, this Nate, whatever he do, I ain't gonna say that dude name too, but he know me. We end up having some other stuff later. Uh, he tell dude, hey man, he got all the sales today. Let him get all the sales. I'm like, all right, bet. So he's sitting there, grinding, boom, 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 boom. He come back at about this is right after school, like two something, right? And mind you, I know I'm gonna get in trouble, but I ain't tripping. My mom doing her thing, I'm doing whatever I want, right? Whatever, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I don't even go home that night, right? So he come back. He come back about 6 in the morning. Now I've been up all night grinding. I'm 14, but I'm up all night grinding, right? He come back. He like, what's happening, man? I'm like, what's up? He like, how much you sell? Now I'm thinking he thought that I was gonna have like maybe $100 or something, right? I was like, I had like, I think I had like 560 or like 580. And I know you're wondering what happened with that, right? How you get 580 out of 500 count, right? Well, what happened was when I got short, I busted a couple because the rocks was big, right? They were big dubs. So what I did is when I got short, I busted a couple of them in half, and I was like, hey man, that's all I got. You know, that's all I got. These is dubs. I mean, this is almost a dime. These are small dubs. That's all I got, man. So I end up making like $80 extra, right? Because I was like, if I got to give him 500, I need to make something off this. I didn't know how the game worked at that time, right? So uh he come back. I'm like, I got like 580, but I need some more. He like, wait, how you get 580? And then I broke it down to him, and he looked at me. He like, okay, all right, all right. He's like, give me 200, right? I'm like, thinking 200. What's that? What? Okay. So I give him the 200. I'm like, what you want me to do with this? He said, that's you. I'm like, huh? He's like, well, when we cooked that up, that was only a quarter ounce, right? It was only a quarter ounce. So I only pay $100 for a quarter ounce. So you just doubled my money already. The rest you could keep. I'm like, okay, so you telling me it's $200 for a quarter ounce? I say you. No, I say you say it's $100 for a quarter ounce. He said, yeah. I still got 380, right? So I tell him right there, okay, well, let me give you this 380, and then I'll owe you 20. Give me a whole ounce. And he looking, this is the second time, this is the first time I'm re-upping, right? I said, let me give you this whole 380 and let me get a whole ounce and I just owe you $20. And he looking, the ounces was going for 400 pure at that time, right? He looked at me. He like, I like you. I like you. I'm like, yeah. So he give me the he like, all right, I'll be back. He left, he came back, and he had a big old clavo, right? He broke it down, came out with the little scale, whatever, little triple beam he had, weighed me out an ounce, right? The amount of grams. Weighed me out an ounce. He's like, but I'll sit here with you, but you got to cook it yourself, right? I'm like, all right, bet, bet. Busted it down, cooked it up, made 4 quarters out of it. I had 3 quarters to the tuck, and I took 1 quarter, chopped it down, right? Boom, 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 boom. But I made my dubs small, right? I didn't want to make them big. I made them small like those dubs that sold last night. A little bit bigger than those ones, right? So I cut, and I think I was half and half cutting it too, the work at the time. So I end up cutting down like 600, maybe a little bit 600 more off of a quarter, right? So I'm like, I'm finna kill him, right? I'm finna kill him, right? So um, basically I end up flipping that back, right? So I'm sitting out there chilling, and another OG homie pulled up, like seeing me. He's like, "Come here, boy." And this is one that knows me. I've talked about him on my channel before, but I'm not gonna say his name right now because I don't want to associate him with this type of stuff, right? But now I got a pocket full of dope and a pocket full of money, and I only owe this dude $20, and I'm only 14 years old, right? He's like, "What you doing out here?" Like, I'm grinding. Grinding what? And I was like, showed him. He like, who gave that to you? He like, because I was like a smart kid, you know what I mean? I wasn't like a bad kid. I was a smart kid. So he was like, nah, you ain't doing this. You ain't doing not like this. This ain't how you doing it. Nope. He's like, get in the car. I was like, nah, I gotta wait for Brad. I gotta give him his money. He like, don't worry. I'll call him while we're in the car. So we get in the car. He call him. He like, yeah, I picked up Nate. He like, huh? He's like, that's my little cousin, man. He like, oh, hey, my bad, bro. I didn't know that was your cut. Yeah, don't deal with him no more. I got that money he owe you. He like, oh, nah, man, don't even worry about that. He can keep that, man. I didn't know that was your cousin, bro. All right, bet. That's over. Cousin take me back to the spot. Take me back to his house, right? Which was over there by where I live, like around the corner. It's the house that they be in the back at. That's his house, right? Take me there. He like, all right, so this is what you go. And then he just basically started lacing me up about you don't need to be standing on corners. You, if you gonna do it right. And he was like, man, if you're gonna do it, sell the quarters. Sell the whole quarters. You know what I mean? If you sell the whole quarter for 200 or 150, you're gonna make some profit off of it. Don't get greedy. When you get greedy and try to get every dollar, you're gonna get clapped because you're gonna be the one standing out there all the time and get caught. And I've never had a dope case. So that's just a real quick story about how I got my first sack and grinded my first sack, and I got many stories about other stuff like that. But you know, stay loyal and stay tuned, man. I'm back at you.